y'all, welcome back to Krista's Kitchen. Tonight we're going to make a roasted Brussels sprout sheet pan dish. I saw something like this a few months back on the Wads where they used sweet potatoes and some apples and things, and since we got a ton of very similar ingredients in our Misfits box, I wanted to give this a try. And it's something very easy, can go in the oven alongside of our Costco salmon that we're popping in the oven for a quick dinner tonight. So I already peeled and sliced up some butternut squash. This is just like one medium butternut squash. I chose this instead of sweet potatoes just because we have it and it's something is still the same or similar profile. And then my daughter's favorite, the Brussels sprouts. And this is just a pound of Brussels sprouts that I washed and I cut off the end of them and sliced most of them in half. So we have those. Also have some turnips that I peeled. Again, came in my Misfits box, so I'm going to toss them in this as well. Looking at it now, I think I'm probably going to need a bigger sheet pan. And then I'm going to slice up the apple, a red onion as well. I think she used shallots in the recipe, but very simple. We're going to get it all thrown together. I'm going to move y'all a little bit closer so y'all can see as we get it going. Okay, so we have our oven preheating at 450 right now. So if y'all hear it beep, that's what's going. In this bowl, I'm just going to go ahead and finish chopping up our turnips and get those placed in there. Now, you do want to peel your turnips. That outside is not really the most appetizing thing. They can be kind of tricky to peel though, but I just kind of peel them like I would an apple and go around the outside. The larger ones are nicer to peel because you have more surface area. It's when you're peeling a lot of small ones. But you could leave the turnips out of this. You could replace them with something like a parsnip or potato, even if you wanted. I don't really know about the potato. Maybe a parsnip or a jicama. But just something, or even radishes. That might be nice in this. We're going to add a little red onion. And again, in the recipe that I saw, she used shallots, but I have a red or purple onion, whatever you want to call it. So that's what I'm going to use. And it's really going to be more for aromatics because y'all hear my son calling for his sister. But it's going to be more for the flavoring because we don't really eat a whole lot of onion, just like straight onion. But get this sliced up and over here in the bowl. Now we're going to slice up our apple and toss it in there as well. Now, since this is all going in the same recipe, it's really not a big deal that you have to change your cutting board. Ooh, that onion is strong. But we do want to take the seeds and everything out of this. Alright, so we're just going to take these seeds out. And cut this little part right here off. The kids are coming and going today. Alright. So I'm just going to chop these up. I see a little spot on here that I might need to cut off. So let's see how this looks under here. It actually doesn't look bad, so we'll just, there we go. So just had that little spot. And chop these up into here. And I've never been one to put fruit in my roasted vegetables, so this is going to be something completely new for us. Now, roasting vegetables, there's nothing new for us about that, but adding the fruit and this, you can really change this up however you like. I'm going with some Italian seasonings on this. So I'm going to pour a little bit of olive oil just to coat these. Let's toss in some Italian seasoning. We're going to do some salt and pepper as well. And these apples, we may be able to, there we go. And some pepper. And this is my basic go-to for a lot of veggies. You just kind of toss them. I probably needed a bigger bowl. But just give them a little toss before we put them on the pan. Make sure they're all coated. Now you'll see that I have some little baby Brussels sprouts in here that I did not cut in half. If you can, try and keep your veggies about the same size, unless it's going to be things that are going to cook faster. Like the things that cook slower, you want them in smaller chunks. That way everything cooks at about the same rate. But similar items, put them at similar sizes and shapes. That way they all kind of cook to the same consistency. Alright, let's toss this on our sheet pan. Oh, I love the colors. Alright, and the last thing we're going to do before we pop this into the oven is we're going to chop up some bacon and put on top. So I'm going to wash my hands and we'll do that part together. Okay y'all, so now we're going to just chop up some bacon and sprinkle it on top. This is a little less than half a pound of bacon. And we're just going to kind of toss it around in there. The fat from the bacon is going to help give us a nice little crisp as well. You could probably chop these into smaller pieces if you like. Since this is going in the oven at 450, I do want to watch and make sure this doesn't burn. So about halfway through, I plan to toss it and just kind of move everything around and make sure that we don't have anything burning. Every little piece covered. Alright, it's going to go in the oven at 450 for about 35 to 45 minutes. About halfway through, we're going to toss it around and see how we're doing. We'll see y'all back soon. Hey y'all, so it's out of the oven. You see we topped it with our Costco salmon. It's just their pesto butter salmon. And we're going to go ahead and test it. Now, I think this is really one of those things that lends itself to really changing up for whatever you have on board. But a little bit of everything. And it's definitely a good balance. Nice and sweet with the butternut squash and everything too. Oh, you ready, baby? Thatcher's ready. So I'm gonna get it plated up and we'll see y'all next time. Bye. Were you trying to sneak a bite? You can have a bite.
I got this butternut and this bacon and I'm gonna eat it.
Tell me what you think. Were you wanting some? Did you want a bite?
No, I want to. Yeah.
Okay. Sissy, tell them what you think.
It's yummy and you should subscribe to our channel if you like this food we make for you to try today. Bye.